Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your first half of 2021 reading. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards I'm using, they will all be linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, the first 6 months, the first half of 2021. Taurus, the first 6 months 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 of 2021. Taurus, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. Now we're going to be doing something a little bit different for this time. We're going to be seeing for the first 6 months, each month laid out here, what major arcana, chakra, and spirit animal card it correlates with. Okay? So let's see with the chakras. Taurus, the first 6 months of 2021. 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 Taurus, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Taurus, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Taurus, angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. All right. Now for your spirit animals. Taurus, the first 6 months of 2021. 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 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay. Now for the major arcana. The first 6 months of 2021, Taurus. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. All right, so we're going to start here with January. We have Judgment, the Whale Spirit, and Communication, the throat chakra. So we're starting off with the throat chakra, and we'll go through one by one in just a minute. January, February, the Devil, the White Raven, and Psychic Development. March, the Star, the Rabbit, Family. This is the root chakra. This is the third eye chakra for February. April, the Emperor, the Dove, the root chakra, balance. May, that is death, the Frog, life purpose, the throat chakra. The Chariot, the Canary, and Divine Wisdom for June. And we'll go through these in just a moment. But let's see what the tarot has to say. The left-hand side is the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side is the public arena, the public self. We have the Star, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the World. The Eight of Cups, the King of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Devil. The Five of Wands, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, And the High Priestess. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's beauty and there's grace here. So let's start off, and we'll get to talking about the tarot in just a bit, but we're going to go through the first 6 months. So we have here Judgment, right? The Whale Spirit and communication. In January, now January is, of course, named for the god Janus in Roman mythology. He is the god of beginnings and endings. He's the god of portals, communication. That's the way you're going to open doors. It's the way I see portals opening for you, the way you move forward. The fact that you are communicating here, Taurus, on multifaceted, different levels. You are strong within the unspoken communication. Okay, there's a strength that you have with picking up on subtle nuances of people, what they desire, how they're moving forward, what they see, and that's going to be a real superpower for you as you begin, okay, as you move forward during this time, and as you embrace 2021. It's like you're seeing so much more than what's on the surface. And the Whale Spirit says, trust the great mysteries. Trust the great mysteries, because again, you're going deeper. You are, when we think of the throat chakra, we automatically think of communication, but we think of talking. And yes, a lot of communication is talking, but it's also listening. It's also, observing. It's also going deeper. And that's what you're doing here. And with the Whale Spirit, you're trusting in the great mysteries. It's kind of like you don't need to know the answers. There is, though, a vibrational truth that surrounds you, because I'm just kind of, it's like feeling whale song, right? It's feeling the power of the vibrations. And this is going to be a powerful year for you as you walk forward. The power of the vibrations is with you. The power of the vibrational truth is a part of you. The fact that you're operating on a higher level is quite profound. And then you have here Judgment. Now, this is Anubis in Egyptian mythology, all right? And when a person passed in Egyptian mythology, their heart was weighed against a feather. Their heart had to be lighter than a feather to pass into the other world. And during this time, as you move forward, there needs to be a release of the burdens, the hardships, the pains that is carried within your heart to lighten your load. And this is a very powerful part of 2021 for you, because we can see that restraints that had held you back of thinking, oh, this isn't for me, they're lifted. There's a balance that's coming. There's a power that's coming. And as you embrace this power, as you embrace this truth, your angels, your spirit guides, they walk with you. You're moving to a place you hadn't expected being, but a place where you feel very comfortable, okay? It's like, oh, that was it. And it doesn't mean you feel comfortable all the time, but it means there is a comfort, there is a truth, there is a power to you that you are really settling into. And then you have the Devil. In February, this is February, the White Raven, and psychic development. Now, the Devil roots the heart. Now, Capricorn energy, time frame, December 22nd to January 19th. Right? That is important if you need to know a person or a time frame or anything like that. But it's information Spirit likes given. And so here with the Devil, there's a connection with this earth. All right? My personal belief is that the earth, and I know this is our heaven and this is our hell, right? But I feel like if there is a hell, this is it. Because there is such suffering, such pain, such hardship. There is such chaos within our world. And Spirit is saying, as you develop psychically, you see things more openly, more honestly, and you can see the chains that you are linked to as a human being. The chains that the chains that everybody is linked to. It's like, oh, this is what you're supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. And Taurus, you're finding yourself very much during this time saying why. The psychic development is here. The third eye is opening. Insights, ideas, understandings are coming. And so, as you're saying why, you're also saying why not? Why not follow my path? Why not break the chains? Why not stop the addictions? Why not be truly, utterly, and beautifully me? And let that shine through. You can find yourself February, okay? In February of 2021, starting to break old patterns. It's like, I don't want this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Okay? The addictions aren't just drugs and alcohol and sex and food and gambling and shopping and, a myriad of things. Okay? That people can go to meetings for. It's people pleasing. It's swallowing your words. It's, it's not counting yourself. And you're stopping. Because you're seeing deeper. You're seeing more. Now, for some of you, Taurians, you're going to have to say, wait, hold on. I'm seeing too much, and it's too heavy. So have that conversation with Spirit. Because Spirit knows you might not be ready for it yet. And that's perfectly okay. But you still have tremendous insight that moves you. And this is why you have the white raven spirit. Ravens are astoundingly smart birds and astoundingly underestimated. And that's a power that is around you during this time. And the white raven says, trust in the magic. The magic is not conjuring magic, though if that's what you believe in, then yes, it is amplified. But for me, the magic is the God's head within us. Brahma said, I hide the God's head within man, because that is the one place he will never look for it. And if that was the truth uttered so long ago within Hinduism, and it still reigns true today, because we look everywhere else. We look everywhere else for our truth, and yet we forget to look inside. And this is seeing the steps forward. There's an awakening that comes in February. There is. After heartbreak and pain and disappointment, there is something here that the heart says, oh no, this is me. Enough is enough. This is my power. This is my grace. This is my magic. This is my truth. And you move yourself forward in a way that you could hardly have imagined once upon a time. And you think, oh, this isn't me. And yet it is. And you break the chains. And you claim the power. And you know that chaos is part of our world. It can hold power and brilliance. It holds change. It is what life is made off of. Remember, Plato said, all is flux and nothing stays the same. Is that not chaos? And so the devil is acknowledged. Embraced in its way for not being a demonic figure, but being a figure that demonized the nature gods of the pagan past. And saying, I see that all is scary, and that everything changes, and that even a flower is not permanent. I get it. But there is grace within me. There is power within me. And, Taurus, you will surprise even yourself. It leads you to March. The star, the rabbit, the root chakra. We start with family. It's so cute because you have family with the adult monkeys and the baby monkeys. And you have the rabbit with the adult rabbit and the baby rabbit. What you care for, what you nurture. And it doesn't matter how this comes about. It doesn't matter if it is the nurturing of artistic ideas and dreams, if it's the nurturing of a project, if it's the nurturing of, family members, the nurturing of animals. It's going to be very important to you. Family. Either the ones we're born into, adopted into, either the ones that we create on our own. They're astoundingly important. And if you're saying, I don't have that, that connection, than it is to your divine family. It's to your angels and your spirit guides, and to divinity itself. You're connecting to the roots. It can even be to the ancestral past. Embracing what you love, embracing what you need, embracing who you are. Finding the roots of you, the love of you, as your angels wrap their wings around you. Now is a lucky time, so it seems rather auspicious. There's luck and there's grace. A lucky time, but also a watchful time. If you've ever watched a rabbit, they tend to be very watchful creatures. It's a time of grace and of swift movement. But luck is with you. And that is powerful to know. It brings you to the star. This is Aquarius energy, a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. The time frame given, of course, for reference, we are still in March. You have the star above. This is the star of Venus. So love and passion and beauty crowns. The star pours out the water, into earth. The spiritual and the practical. There's a beauty that you are embracing. There's a power that you are moving forward in. The star represents the highest form of man's perfection, what our ancestors mapped their paths by, what they told stories around, built the pyramids to, aligned the pyramids with. When we look up at the stars, their untouchable beauty that seem incorruptible by man. This is what your soul wishes for during this time. It's not what you cross your fingers and say, oh, I wish I may, I wish I might. It's what your soul wants. The deeper harmony of yourself. Divinity hears it, and that is why luck walks with you. And then we stay in the root chakra from March to April. You have the Emperor, Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. The Dove. And the root chakra. Balance. The balance of the masculine and the feminine. The balance of the spiritual and the earthly. The balance of existence is at your root. You need balance during this time. And Spirit is telling you, be peace. Be harmony. Be grace. Be beauty. Be the hope you need. But come to things not in chaos, not looking at the future or looking at the past, but in the present. It doesn't mean that you don't use the past to help cement you, okay? That's where you've learned. Everything is in the past. The future, we have to plan for the future. You know, you don't want to be as my mom would say, you wouldn't want to be caught with your pants down, right? As you enter into your future. But to be peace in the present, to be grace, to be beauty, to be settled in the power of the self. That is going to be remarkable. Okay? It can be what you're striving for. But the fact that you're even striving for it has you in a completely different league than others. Most people don't even know they're out of harmony with themselves, with their souls. And it leads you to the Emperor. It leads you to claiming your throne. Okay, the Emperor is the warrior spirit, and it might sound very odd to have the Dove spirit and to have being peace and the Emperor come together, but that can be the balance, most definitely. The balance of the harmony that is needed within yourself, but also the fight, the fire, to claim the throne, to know the beauty, to keep on moving forward. That is what you embrace. That is what you want. At times you feel like you've lost the throne. You've lost... Spirit is saying the right to claim power. And I don't know exactly why that is. It can be that you made mistakes in the past and you think, ooh, no, I can't have that power again. I don't get to move forward this way. Or I'm not worthy of it, or some such nonsense. Because we learn by failing and falling. And it's really sitting here and saying, yes, I've fallen. Yes, I failed. But I get to rule my life. I am the warrior king. The warrior emperor. Aries is the god of war. Is the planner, the technician, the person who sees. So during this time, you see very clearly, but also a multitude of different paths. So it can be astoundingly overwhelming. Embrace your power and your grace. Embrace your beauty and your understanding. Move forward in passion. Claim that throne. Claim that brilliance. Know your truth. And do not let anybody say that you do not deserve it, because you more than deserve it, Taurus. You are a warrior, and you are a peace bringer during this time. And it will be tricky to find that balance. But as you connect with your root chakra, that is what you do. And then we again enter into the throat chakra here. We have death. Scorpio energy, time frame October 23rd to November 21st. We have the frog spirit. And we have life purpose. And that makes perfect sense. Okay, so I don't know if any of you ever grew up learning the acronym of frog, but fully rely on God. But that's what keeps on coming up. So however you see divinity, that's what keeps on coming in my mind as I look at the frog spirit. It's like, however you see divinity, it's time to rely on it. Whether it is universal power, whether it's nature itself, whether you call it God or, spirit or whatever, it does not matter. But it connects you with a life purpose. And you see a transformation. And there's luck here. That luck is carried forward. So we start with life purpose, the throat chakra. It can seem like an odd place to find life purpose. But we find purpose within our words, within our communications, within our hearts, within our desires, within our passions. And we are ascending. So during this time, it is to speak our truth, to embrace our life purpose. And you might sit there and say, well, then I don't know. I don't know in how, in May, okay, am I supposed to just automatically find my life purpose? One of the powerful things that I think we overlook in our lives is that a lot of our life is spent not knowing who we are, but figuring out who we're not. We try different things. We try to be cool like this, or we try to be, rebellious like that. And we'll find what fits and what doesn't. What we'll never try again and what we never wanted to. So a lot of life purpose is seeing the things that just aren't. Our life purpose, we tend to think, has to be fireworks in the sky, red carpet famous, rock and roll hall of fame. Sometimes, and more often than not, life purposes are quiet and gentle. They are the most subtle of things. It can be being a good parent. It can be being a good listener. It can be sharing love, beauty. It doesn't have to be something show-stopping. And yet we all want it to be. It could be the subtlest thing. It could be kindness. Your life purpose can be kindness. To walk forward, saying thank you to people when they help us in the stores, acknowledging their existence. Excuse me when we pass somebody. Things that seem to be forgotten. Smiling as we walk past a stranger. Those things can make a huge difference. And yet you would never think that kindness could be a life purpose. Love could be an art. Grace of heart, that could be a way of life. And so here, during this time, you will have a myriad of different things kind of come your way. a myriad of different ideas, knowledge, truth, desires, guiding you forward. They walk you closer and closer to your life purpose if you stay true to yourself, if you fully rely on divinity, if you embrace the grace and the power of your voice, and you clear out the clutter of the world, and you say, no, I reject your reality. I replace it with my own. And I will forever leap towards my path and on my path. It brings us to a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new, because we learn through no other way but pain and suffering, which sounds dark and bleak, but it's not. It's not. We learn that the stove is hot by either burning ourselves or feeling the heat of it, which is discomfort, suffering. We learn great joys and we learn great sorrows. And we are forever changed and evolving because of it. We're not the same person we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Heck, we're not the same person we were 6 months ago. And so here, life is forever changing. It is veiled to us, the path that we are headed on. But it's also beautiful. It is knowing that change and evolution, it is the great equalizer of existence. And it is embracing that, the luck here. My grandma would always wear, my great-grandma, my mom too, would always wear a horn. And so seeing this here, that horn, it's like there's luck there. There's beauty there. There's hope there. It wards off evil. People, taking you by eyes, jinxing. It's like, no, there's grace within me. There's power guiding me. I've already scraped my knees and cried and broken my heart. Life has done that. I'm powerful and more powerful than I realize. And that is your truth in May. And there is a beauty and a brilliance to you in May. There just is. It shines through you and with you. It brings you to June. As, May is known to do. We have the Chariot, the Canary, and divine wisdom. Wisdom, knowledge, the opening of ideas. You are guided towards more. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. You're guided towards more. Wisdom coming in. You put things together you never saw before. Grace, questions, truths, power. It brings you to the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. Because the wisdom comes in, you have to sing your own song. It's like, this is me. This is my truth. This is my brilliance. This is my beauty. This is my song. I sing my truth. Sing it loud and sing it proud. And let it guide your feet. Let it embrace a beauty seldom seen. And it brings you to the Chariot. This is Cancer energy, June 21st to July 22nd is its time frame. You're rising to unbelievable heights. In the Rider-Waite Smith deck, it is a chariot and a charioteer. There's strength and there's beauty in what you love. There's passion and determination and fire that leads you forward. You're braver and you're stronger than you could ever have realized, because the charioteer, back in ancient times, well, they were the heavy hitters. They were the main powerhouse. Skill and time and effort and just a honing of passion and desire. And of course, for a charioteer, it was destruction. But for you, it's not destruction. It's more. It's more than you realize. Your heart leads you forward in a way that sets you free. And your inner self is crowned by the star we see in March. And so the star shines. You shine in your truth. You shine in your brilliance. There is a sense here of moving towards the highest form of your perfection. This isn't a year where you settle, okay? 2020 was one heck of a year, all right? It really, really was. And through all the sorrow and all the fear and all the everything that the world faced, we also saw what was really the most valuable to us, what our soul sings for and needs and desires and shines with. There's a power to you in 2021, a power of the waters coming forward, of the healing, of the truth, of the determination. You're not the type of person, Taurus, to back down easily anyway. But you're not going to be backing down during this time. You're moving towards what your soul desires. And that amplifies you being a student of your truth. You're really listening to yourself instinctually. There is, and what people forget, is there is a tremendous sensuality to the Taurus nature. And when you listen to it, and when you use that as, as grace, not as sexual sensuality, but a grace and an elegance and a sensual connection with the power of the earth. Okay? The Page of Swords. Because air sign energy sings to air sign energy. Aquarius is air sign energy. And so are the swords. This is the mind. This is saying, well, why not? This is cutting through doubts and fears. This is looking at things more openly, more honestly. This is coming with the beginner's mind and saying, why cannot I? Why cannot I move forward this way? Why cannot I ask these questions? Why was I held back? What was I hiding from? What was I holding back from? And it leads you to the Ace of Cups. It leads you to God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love that washes away doubts and fears and angers and upsets and can leave you feeling very vulnerable. So do be mindful, because as you move forward, there is Spirit is saying a poetic grace, a sense of kindness. Okay? And the unfortunate thing is that in this world, people have mistaken kindness for weakness. So they'll push. They'll be like, ooh, I can push and get what I want. It's like, no, you can't. You're not weak. The cards most definitely have shown that. There's a strength to you, a beauty, a grace. But there's a depth to you, a kindness, a love, that at times you yourself may not even know what to do with. There's a washing away of anger, of doubts, of fears, of the past, of hardships, of pains, of disappointments, of heartbreak. The heartbreak that we keep on the shelf buried away. And a new season comes. Ready or not, it's coming. And we don't have you here taking this gift, though you might in your subconscious. So it is a choice. And at times you might take it, and at times it might slip from your fingers, and at times you might absolutely feel this power, this awakening, this beauty, and at other times it will feel far away. But it is here. It is guiding you. And then the world opens. The world. Doors you didn't know were barred start to open. And they were barred not because of others, but because of ourselves. Oh, I could never. I still have to learn more. I'm too this, I'm too that. I'm too young, I'm too old. I just don't know enough. It's like, no, the world is opening. Move forward in the world. Stand tall and stand powerful. Embrace grace and wisdom. It is time. There is a sense here of disabilities that held you back, of, fears that held you back, of negativity that other people spoke over you that held you back. This could be from a partner or an ex. This could be from a parent. This could be from a teacher. They got to make a defining factor over your soul. They got to state an untruth, okay? That changed the course of your world. Now you're reclaiming it. And it moves you to the Eight of Cups. You're walking away from what you once thought you would love. It's like having, the way Spirit always shows me the Eight of Cups is it's having a really nice pair of shoes that you just can't wear. Now, it can be that pair of shoes that once was so comfortable and so awesome. And you were like, oh man, these are great. And you've had them for years. And then you go to put them on and they don't fit anymore. They're too small. They're too tight. They hurt your toes. Why try to wear them when they will just cause you pain? The Eight of Cups is saying, it might want to fit. But what you're seeing is as the soul opens up and as your heart opens, you're not interested. You're really not interested, Taurus, in making things fit anymore. It's like it either does or it doesn't. And this is a release. This is a walking away from what isn't right. And you know it. And it's time. And it can be very sad. Our heart at times does not want to walk away from things. But there's also a need to embrace more because you're worth more. And so this is an ending. But this is also a powerful and new beginning. It moves you to the King of Swords. Again, amplifying the Aquarius energy. Air sign energy with the King of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a person, okay, as you become... So this is your heart. Okay, so let me backtrack just a minute. This is your heart and your mind coming together. What your spirit is saying is that there is power here. There is power here for you, and you are becoming a king, okay? Meaning that you are more seen, right? You're like the actor upon the stage. Kings, the way I see them, are more seen than queens, because queens are the directors behind the scenes. So there is a sense of people taking note. But there's also a sense of you suffering no fools. There's a power to you, a sense of cutting through doubts and fears and angers and negativity and saying, this is where I stand. This is what I fought so hard for. This is me. The King of Swords is power. The King of Swords is the warrior king. And as you embrace this warrior mentality, as you say, not, I will fight because I want to fight, but you will say, this is what I love. And it is worth fighting for. Like you find your hill. You say the old saying of, this is your hill to die on, right? It doesn't mean you're going to die there at all. It's rather macabre. But it means that this is what I believe in and this is what I stand for. And people will know it. It doesn't have to be anything that people usually think of as, their hill. Anything controversial. It could be, this is my truth. This is what I love. This is who I am. And it has taken me a lifetime. It has taken me a lifetime to claim it, to fight for it, to be a student of what it is that I know and desire, and to then become a king within my heart, as my heart and my mind work together. Because they have to. I believe we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we need to have a conversation with our hearts. Because a lot of times we poo-poo it. We say, oh, feelings, And the people who live only in their emotions, they're chaos. The people who live only in their mind, they're cold. They're too calculating. We need the middle. We need the heart and the mind coming together, saying, okay, I love this. And this is the good things in life, Taurus. That's what you love. You love the quality. Okay? During this time, during 2021, it's quality over quantity. It's the cutting through the doubts and the fears and the angers that have held us back and saying, no. No, this is my truth. Because there is an ancient myth around griffins that you cannot tell a lie in front of them. And so in your heart, you cannot tell a lie. And that truth guides you. And it leads you to looking at heartbreak and pain and disappointment. Again, and they come in the same line here. This is the healing. This is the pain. The healing comes, the waters wash away. And as the waters wash away, this is the pain that we keep on the deep, dark shelf inside of us. This is what triggers us if somebody even hints at it. And we say, oh my gosh, my shame, my hurt, my pain. You're right, I didn't do whatever. And this is no. This is no. The Three of Swords is pain. It's heartbreak. It's disappointment. It's devastation. It brings us to our knees. And it makes us feel shame. Because it's too much. Getting emotional here. Taurus. Because it's too much. And for this to impact a year, what you're looking at is you're looking at you. And you're saying, okay, listen. I have fallen, I have failed, I have made mistakes. Why? You're human. That is what we're here to do. We're here to fall and fail and make mistakes. And it's not how we fall that matters. It's what we do once we're down. It's how we get back up. That's what divinity looks at. Right? And it's rising. It's looking at the heartbreak, the pain, and disappointment. It's saying, I see you. I see you for what you were and what you are. Defining moments in my life. They can be horrible moments. And they defined. But they do not get to rule. And you rise, like the griffin. You rise in truth. And you face the fears that bind. You face this earth. Because it is the only thing we can face. No matter how deep our path of enlightenment it is, we only have this earth. And so here, we look at the fears that hold us back. We look at the beautiful lies that are told. We look at what we're supposed to strive for. And we find where we need to be within ourselves. We break free of the chains, the hypnotic allure. I think it's very interesting that we have a vampire here and a beautiful woman. And we have a ball and a chain. But yet, the vampire is such an alluring figure and used as a motif time and time again to lure us to something that is perceived to be so beautiful, but really is so monstrous. And is it not monstrous to lose ourselves into what everybody else wants us to be, to what the world has preordained we should be? And so here you look with truth and with determination, and you break the chains. You break them openly and honestly. You move forward powerfully. You look at addictions, doubts, and fears. The addiction can be, I'm not enough. The addiction can be, I will never be enough. Of striving to win, to get more, to prove something to everybody else, but mostly to ourselves. And what you are finding here, Taurus, is you're changing that addiction. You are enough, and the world opens up, and the Ouroboros comes, the snake eats its tail, and it happens again and again, life and death and rebirth and power and understanding, to realize that I am enough, and I am here for a reason. And it leads you to the High Priestess. It leads you to grace. And oh my goodness. And your line for the public arena is all major arcana cards but one. We have the Five of Wands, chaos. Fighting for the sake of fighting. Chaos inside. It can be we're so used to fighting, so used to having to be on guard, so used to just waiting for that next shoe to drop, that we don't know how to be happy, how to embrace the passions and the fires that move us forward, that guide us in love. The Five of Wands can be fights that start off as something small and then become something big, and they consume us. No. The Five of Wands is freedom from chaos. You have the Empress here. You have the Empress and the High Priestess. The Divine Feminine walks with you. And that is beautiful. That is creation itself. And you claim here a throne you never knew you had. A voice you never knew was silenced. And it's interesting because you have the Student. You become the king of your truth, of your voice, why the throat chakra comes through twice. And at your roots, you have the Earth Mother, right? The Empress. You plant yourself in your love, in your truth, in your power, in your grace. You see yourself rise. And you rise to more than you expected. You embrace more than what you realized. The Empress is creative energy. There's a huge amount of creative energy for you in the public arena if you do not let chaos defeat you, okay? If you do not let it get in the way. The doubts, the fears, the angers, the upsets, the upheavals, the nonsense that is thrown at us to keep us off path. If you embrace the love, you will see yourself move forward in love. You have a repeat of the number 3. That is creative energy that moves you forward. That is connection with divinity. And it makes you more powerful than you realize. It makes you more you than you realize. This year enters you into a new season. At times you will feel like you're on a roller coaster ride. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but I have to say it as it comes. You'll have your highs, your lows, your lefts, your rights. But it is a changing of seasons for you. You're embracing a new grace, a new power, a new beauty, a new understanding. You're embracing more. The tides have changed. And for so many of us, we need those tides to have changed. For new beauty to come in. For a new season to come. To embrace a grace that we thought might never be. So know that there is power around you. And that things are constantly changing, evolving. Lessons have been learned and are being learned very deeply and moving you to the next level. Yeah, you're embracing a new season in the public arena. And if you can move past the chaos, okay, the angry bickering of the world, you claim a creative power that puts you on a throne. It puts you as a benevolent ruler of your life and yourself. And it lets you see so much deeper and so much more deeply than you could ever have imagined. You're seeing behind the veil of people, the mask that they want you to see, the way that they want you to envision them. And you're seeing the truth. You're also seeing the veil behind you, the truth of you, what do you desire? What do you want? You're going deeper into the waters. You're embracing love. You're embracing mystery. Divinity talks to you. Taurus, listen. In this year, 2021, divinity talks. In rhymes and in riddles, yes. But divinity talks. And the world opens. And it frees you from the chains of the earth. And it brings you to deeper knowledge, deeper wisdom, a change and a power of self. And it has you moving forward. More passionately, more beautifully, more purposefully, more powerfully than you could have imagined. And yes, it will take a while of learning how to listen, to hear what divinity is saying. But we already see in February, the psychic development, the third eye opens. It's part of this path during this time. So move with that truth. Embrace that greater wisdom. See yourself moving to what is more. Because this time brings you more than you imagined. But it also makes you a ruler of the sacred quiet. A person who sees that there is beauty outside of the noise and the chaos of our world, and inside the serenity of self. Okay, let's go deeper. Taurus, the first 6 months of 2021, Taurus. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, I just got chills. Okay. This is a powerful year. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Lovers and the Nine of Swords. The Four of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. We have the Empress once again, the Page of Wands, and Temperance. There's a new start. It's based from love. Okay, so we start here. As wishes come forward, as you become a student of your mind. We have here the Minor Arcana Lovers card. And right after it, as you embrace this healing, right? As these waters flow through you, as there's a benediction of soul and a blessing of self coming forward, right? As impurities are washed away, as the soul is re-energized. It's kind of like a dried out sponge being put in water. It's like, yes, this is what you've been thirsting for. And it is love. You have the Minor Arcana, you have the Major Arcana Lovers card. Major Arcana Gemini energy, May 21st to June 20th. There's a duality of self. You are embracing your soul's wish. There's healing that comes. Healing and blessing and beauty and truth and power. It heals. It moves you in a way you didn't expect to be moved. It centers you in a way you didn't expect to be centered, because you become a student of truth, and it heals. It heals. And you embrace what you love. You embrace a duality of self. Your angels guide you, they protect you, they watch over you. There's something more that's coming here. There's depth and breadth and beauty. And as the world opens, you look at nightmares. It's like, what if I mess up? What if everything falls apart? What if I can't? But here's something more powerful, Taurus. What if you can? What if you can? What if the nightmares are just to keep us small, to keep us afraid, to make us doubt in the beauty of ourselves and our lights and our truth, because we're so tired that we don't know where to be and how to be ourselves. The thing with the Nine of Swords is that it's also a ladder. But any elevation of spirit is always painful. And a ladder of swords is not my idea of fun. But we're cut on each truth that we learn, year by year, day by day, time by time. It shapes us. It forms us. It makes us stronger, yes. But it also makes us scarred and at times feel broken. Do not let the nightmares win. They want to. The anger, the fear, the disappointment, it wants to. But you have such a beauty of healing and love that you cannot expect the nightmares not to try and pull you down and rob you of this extraordinary gift. Pay homage to all the pain and all the heartbreak and all the disappointments that you have been through, as you walk away from what you once thought you would love, as you embrace the warrior spirit, as you are a king of your heart and your mind and your soul, a king of your truth. The road hasn't been easy. Here's a lie the world tells you. For others, it has been easier. It hasn't been easy for anyone. Who was it? It was Plato who said, "Be kind. The man standing next to you is carrying a heavier burden." Be kind. Because Plato, who was born 400 years before the Common Era, saw that the man standing next to him was carrying a heavier burden than he could ever know. And so it is a lie that it is easier for others. There is a need here to pay homage to the pain, the hurt, and the disappointment that we have been through, the heartbreaks, the unstoppable suffering of life. But you have survived. And now it's time to pay homage to that survivor and to become a thriver in the way that you move forward. Because you have fully honored the full transformation, the full embrace of grace of you. It brings you to God, Source Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of healing, beautiful love, of prosperity. That's interesting. I said healing, beautiful love. That's the Ace of Cups, which is right next to it. Okay, I see. That's why Spirit had me say that. The healing, beautiful love leads to prosperity, leads to a new way forward, a new dawn, a new day. This is wealth, or what we value as much as money. This is also embracing the 4 elemental truths of us, the knowledge of spirit, the earth that holds. As we face the sorrows that have broken our hearts and shaped our lives. And now it's time for the wealth of knowledge and prosperity to come forward. The devil wants you to engage in pettiness, in anger, in fighting for the sake of fighting, because, what else do? We pick fights, we get angry. It seems like the world is all about not kindness and understanding and compassion, but who can scream louder, and who knows that they are more right than the person standing next to them. Don't engage. Don't engage. Your heart is actually rooted in freeing you from this. It is actually a nightmare to stay there. As you do not engage in the chaos, you have the Empress come. Or as you fight to not engage, it's like, no, this is not my truth. The Empress comes, you claim the throne, you claim the throne. There's prosperity and beauty and bounty here. The 12 stars, the 12 signs of the zodiac crown you. The heavens crown you. The highest form of man's perfection that crowns you in the beginning of this reading, crowns you now in the public arena. You move towards your love, towards the prosperity, towards the bounty of the flowing waters, and the richness of your crops, of what you want in your life. There's a voice that you are claiming, a power of self that is tremendous. It moves you to being a page, to being a student of your passion, of your desire, of the way that you move forward. As the new season comes, there's a why not to you. And it brings you to strong Sagittarius energy, because Sagittarius is represented by the wands in the minor arcana, by temperance in the major. This is a time frame November 22nd to December 21st. The pouring of the water into the cups, of night and day, light and dark, the shadow self and the self that is allowed out into the sun. There's a sense of your angels forever watching you, forever guarding you, the sun shining deeply and brightly on the temple of your truth, your mind. There's a new day, a new dawn, a new rainbow in the sky. Good luck comes. Balance comes as deeper knowledge is embraced, as you go deeper into the spiritual self, as you are just and you are kind, and you are more than you expected. Yeah, but yet not more than you anticipated. There's beauty here, and there's power. There's balance in your soul's truth, in the wisdom that comes over you. Your subconscious chakra message is the inner child, is the heart chakra. For a moment, Taurus, visualize yourself seated or kneeling down on the ground, whichever is more comfortable for you, and hold your arms open wide and see that child that you once were, that innocent, beautiful child, run to you with the joy, the exuberance, the passion, the power that only children have, and hug you. And that way of pure love that, again, only children have. And say to that child, I love you, and I will always be here for you. You are safe. And see that love just shine from you like a star, because that inner child is always with you, and you will always love that child. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the nightingale spirit. Love is all around you, and we see that as you go deeper. Love is such a powerful and intricate part of you. We even see that with the repeat of the Empress. Such a powerful part of you. The love of creation, the love of passion, the love of beauty, the love of your truth, your soul, yourself. Love is all around you. Walk in that love. Embrace that love, Taurus. It brings you to your subconscious tarot message. We have here the Ten of Wands. Subconsciously, you are putting down a burden that is too heavy for your shoulders to bear. You release it. You release trying to carry everything for everyone. And you let yourself stand tall and stand beautiful, as you also release the passions that you have, and you let them burn brightly, and you create a fiery truth from them. To go deeper into your subconscious, we have here the Wheel of Fortune. We have it from the main deck. We now have it from our Going Deeper deck. It is a new dawn. It is a new day. The angels guide you. Time graces you. You're embracing a new season, Taurus. And at times you will feel out of your element. And at times you will think this is the change that you always needed. And you will have days where both are true. Sometimes it feels at the exact same moment. Do not stop this change. Let yourself evolve. Embrace this new season of your life. It brings you to your subconscious. Major Arcana message. Which is the Phantom Tarot. Which is, oh, that's so beautiful. This is the name of the deck, which I was just thinking I had forgotten it. So it's like, oh, that's so funny. Because Spirit is saying the answers come where you least expect them. So the Phantom Tarot brings you, your truth, and it answers questions as easily as breathing. This wisdom, this knowledge, it comes to you. The Hierophant, the Seeker, the Knowledge Gatherer, the power of truth. It is you. It is you, Taurus. It is time to be true to yourself. It is time to embrace the very essence of you, to stand in what you believe, to stand in the power of who you are, and to know few people are greater, Taurus. You're embracing deep and profound wisdom. We see it with the High Priestess here, and with the Hierophant, who in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, this deck right here, is represented by the Pope. The High Priestess, in one of the original decks, was the female Pope, the story of Pope Joan. There's wisdom to you. There's power to you. In medieval times, the Pope could tell kings and emperors and queens what to do. Wisdom holds grace, holds power, holds a connection to divinity. Let it guide you, and it will guide you in a way you never expected. For the very essence of you defines this whole time. All right, Taurus, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we step into the love, into the healing, into the power of this time of 2021. As we claim a throne we never thought we had. As the true and powerful essence of ourselves, as the veil is lifted, comes forward. And we find that we are mightier and greater than we could ever have imagined. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.